everyone, what's up? Welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Chloe. I went digging through my drawers and I realized I have so many freaking e.l.f. products. So why not just do like a full face of e.l.f.? So that's what we're gonna do today. I found a ton of stuff that I've had, honestly, like for way too long. I have way too much makeup that I've had for way too long. I need to go through and like declutter. I pulled some of that stuff out. We're gonna try it today. We're gonna see, hopefully it still works. Hopefully it's like not expired or something. Not all makeup expires, right? I feel like I should be the one answering that question. So let's just jump right in and get started. My bangs back, the huge. You know, I haven't figured out how to type huge in texts. I always want to say that when I'm texting people. Oh, you know, the huge, but I don't know how do you type it? Because you would type the word use. That doesn't work. Okay, so I'm starting off with this old e.l.f. Poreless Primer. Doesn't even have the cap anymore. Honestly, what's the point of keeping caps though? They just get in the way. Oh, this feels so thick. It's got like a menthol-y, like a eucalyptus almost type smell. Interesting. It feels so like silky. I don't really wear face stuff often. If you watch my videos, I think you can kind of tell that. So I don't end up using like primers and stuff very often either. Okay, I just zoomed you in a little bit so you can see better. So I'm going in with this e.l.f. BB cream in the shade, I don't know, Buff. I don't know if I'm this tan right now. Gotta like mix it up a little bit. I actually love these kind of applicators. Oh my gosh, look at it, so old. Okay, let's see how much that is. I really feel like this is gonna be too dark for me. Put a little on the other side. All right, let's try blending this in. My boss gave me these big old earrings the other day and I absolutely love them. They're too big for her, and so she literally just like handed them over to me and I was like, oh my gosh. I told her, I was like, you know what they say, the bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe. Although they're getting a little bit in the way right now. This actually doesn't look too bad. It's not quite that dark. I feel like I always go for darker foundations than like I am, just because I want to believe that I can get that tan, but I just never do anymore. I'm over tanning and being tan. Like I've just accepted that I'm pale. It is what it is. Maybe I'll get more into fake tan one day, but tanning is so bad for your skin. It doesn't look too bad. Two e.l.f. concealers here. This one I don't even remember buying. This one's newer. The Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Light Beige. This one is just, I think, like a regular e.l.f. concealer. I'm not really sure. In the shade Fair. I think that the light beige one might be too dark for me right now, so I'm gonna go in with the just e.l.f. regular one. Inner corner and outer corner, just how I normally do. When I started going to tanning booths, one of my friends actually told me that every time you enter a tanning booth, there's a 50% chance that you get skin cancer. Every single time. Okay, right, like my friend just told me that. I don't know how true that is, but I'll totally believe it. This like matches perfectly, actually. This one worked well. I need to find like a more high coverage concealer, but the only thing about getting a more high coverage concealer is that because I don't wear face makeup often, it has nothing to blend into but my skin, and you can kind of always tell that I'm wearing concealer. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with this e.l.f. High Definition Powder. Oh, that was way too much. White. I can only imagine the flashback this has. I haven't used this stuff in a really long time. Honestly, I didn't think I had an e.l.f. powder. Except for, I actually bought a new one. It's been like a month now. But it's in my drawer of new stuff to try. I want to do a video on it it's like an under eye setting powder. I'm going in with this e.l.f. blush in Mellow Mauve. I used to be obsessed with this, can you tell? Just going in on a big fluffy brush. This is so out of order for me to do blush before eyes, but I have no idea what I even want to do with my eyes yet. This is a really pretty shade. It just blends in so nicely and looks so natural. I just like a strong blush look, so it's really subtle. You just have to go in and build it up a bit without putting blush on my nose. It's like the greatest change to my makeup routine. I'm gonna go in and highlight now. I'm using, this is e.l.f.'s Moonlight Pearl. This is one of my favorite highlighters. It's one of those baked highlighters. And I love like a white shade like this for a highlighter. I mean, it just goes with everything, you know? I even clean my brushes after the fact with my e.l.f. brush cleaner. I freaking love e.l.f. They were like the first brand I ever loved so much. Oh my gosh. Actually, one of the first makeup products I ever had. Let me grab it. I still have it, of course. Who is ready for a throwback? The e.l.f. Little Black Beauty Book. This is the warm edition. I'm obsessed. I was obsessed. It was like my first ever. I would use this every single solitary day. If you can't tell, I seriously just haven't thrown away for nostalgic reasons, but I don't think I've used it since I was like 14 years old, probably, to be honest. Maybe I'll use it a little bit. Okay, but before I do that, I'm gonna go in with this e.l.f. Precise Brow Pencil, the huge. Just go in and start drawing in my brows. I need to get them done so badly, and it's so funny because I literally work with an esthetician every single day where I could easily just pop into a room and tell her, can you do my brows for me? But I don't. I've been using Revita lashes, Revita brow, and honestly, like, I can't tell if it's working or not. I feel like it is, but I mean, I thought I had nice brows naturally, and then I started filling them in with like a pencil, and that was life-changing. I do have great brows naturally. You have brows that look like mine naturally, you have great brows naturally. I just like to add a little something something. All right, so I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. Putty Primer in white. I did do a video trying these primers out. I got one in cream as well. If you wanna go ahead and check out that video, you can click up here to watch it. I think I definitely like the white one better than the cream one. I think the cream one was a little dry. I think I got like a bad one or something. I'm actually gonna use this right now to clean off the brush quick. All right, I'm gonna take this across the entirety of my lid. I'm just gonna put it all over. Don't need as much as I did in the video when I tried it. I have continued to use these, but I've done it more when I wear a cut crease, and there it seems to work out better. It just like grabs in certain spots so much, and I don't know why. Blending it out with my finger definitely works better. Okay, so I am gonna go in the black book. I'm gonna take this brown shade in here. I'm taking a semi-pointed fluffy brush. I'm just gonna go in on my crease with a really light pressure and just windshield wiper motion back and forth. I got these LED lights finally because I'm trying to create like ambiance in my room, and I finally caved and I got LED lights, and I spent so much freaking money on them, but because I want to do them differently than a lot of other people do them. Everybody kind of does them, you know, around the like edge of their room. I would like to do it like when people put them behind their TVs so it like lights up on the wall. I want to do like that, but with my desk, behind my headboard, behind like my dresser, and behind my mirror. So I got 4 places. Hopefully that turns out really well. I post a video on my TikTok, which is linked in the description. So if you want to see what it turns out like, you can go find it on there. Cool. Like, I swear to God, if it's not cool, I'm returning everything and I'm going to be so upset. I'm actually going to go back in with the primer. I'm going to create a cut crease. I saw a trick on TikTok this girl did the other day where she put concealer or something on to create her cut crease, and then she opened her eyes and it hit above her crease, and that's where she made like the cut crease. And I was like, that's so smart. I don't think this product is wet enough to do that though. I'm gonna take it all the way over and flick it out. I mean, like, this works fine, but the product is so dry. You could probably even tell when I'm applying that it's just like, it's so dry. It like doesn't move. I think I put too much on this side because this side looks so much better. All right, I've got my classic e.l.f. What is this? e.l.f. and JKissa. It's the Pride palette. I got it last year, Pride. It's my favorite palette of all time. And we're going in with apparently my favorite color of all time, Yosemite. I really haven't used any of the sparkles on this palette. I don't know why, they're just like too chunky of a glitter for me. Okay, this brush, when I washed it, which I know it's terrible, but the last time I washed my brushes was when I did a video on it, which if you want to see, you can click here to watch. When it dried, it was pushed up against other brushes, and so now it's out of whack. But I'm just taking Yosemite right where we put the white. Cheap business to do this with a fluffy brush. I would definitely recommend a flatter brush, but I will grab one when I go towards the edge of the cut crease. I love this palette so much. The only thing about it is that it's pretty powdery, and so I always end up with powder all over the place. I mean, that wastes product when it's powdery, you know? I grabbed a smaller brush, just bringing this all the way up to the edge. You know, I used to think cut creases were so difficult, but honestly, it's all about the brush. I'm gonna go in and do my tape trick. When you do this, make sure you stick it on the back of your hand first to get a lot of that stickiness off, because that's hard on your eye skin. Your eye skin is really sensitive. I'm gonna go in with this little nipple brush, pointed tip. I'm going back in with that same brown we used before for the crease. Now I'm gonna take it just along the tape line to create a wing. Doing the same on the other side. When you do this tape trick, make sure your tape is even. Sometimes it's really hard to tell if it is even or not, honestly, but just try your best. Okay, well, I did my favorite part, which is taking the tape off, which is so satisfying. I'm sorry I wasn't recording, you had to miss it. I am just gonna go pop some lashes on off camera because I don't have any e.l.f. products for that. I do, but I'm saving it to do a review on it. I didn't realize that looks so bad. Now that I have those bad boys on, I'm gonna go in on my bottom lash line, taking that same pointed brush with the brown we were using before, and just take it on my lash line. I'm going in with the final thing. It's an e.l.f. It's a lip product, okay? I don't know what it is. It's like a little lip crayon. I don't know. In the shade Natural. On in. When these lose their point to them, it's kind of hard. All right, you guys, so here's the completed look. I'm gonna get you a close-up of the eyes here. All right, you guys, that is all for this video. And guess what? I finally got my second vaccination, so I am now a fully vaccinated human. If you can and you are eligible in your state and your area to go and get a vaccine, go and get one. It's such a relief, and everybody stay safe. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. You know, I definitely did. I got to play with some products that I haven't in a while, and I might be grabbing them a little bit more often. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and leave a like as it helps me reach new people.